Welcome back. Let's begin with a breaking update now coming in where President Donald Trump has now declared that the introduction of 25% tariffs on auto imports. This decision aims to stimulate domestic production but could financially strain the automakers dependent on international supply chains. What exactly has happened? Let's put that out for our viewers because the tariffs that are poised to generate nearly $100 billion annually are set to be enforced starting 3rd of April. Now, the administration is anticipating that the increased cost will incentivize the opening of more factories within the U.S., thereby reducing dependency on global supply chains. However, American automakers who rely on components that are sourced globally might face heightened expenses and reduced sales. So that is a concern that is now being raised.
So when you get a loan to buy a car, and I think it's going to pay for itself. I don't think there's any cost. I think you're going to have so many cars built. But you're only going to get that deduction of interest if the car is made in the United States of America. So I'm going to sign this. And, Mike, I hope you can get that because I think it's going to be amazing in terms of the number of cars that are going to be made because of it. So this is the beginning of Liberation Day in America. But this is very exciting to me. This is the automobile industry, and this will continue to spur growth like you haven't seen. Before I was elected, we were losing all of our plants. They were being built in Mexico and Canada and other places. Now those plants largely have stopped, and they're moving them to our country.
Well, Rishabh is with us right now. Rishabh, good morning. What are the concerns with the automakers there? Because they say that most of the vehicles are assembled from thousands of parts that may originate from dozens of different countries. And however, President Trump has been saying that there will be a very strong policing when it comes to the parts of the car are hit itself with tariffs. So how exactly does it play out from here on?
Well, see, there is a 25% extra tariff on all the, automobiles that are not manufactured in United States, is what Donald Trump has now announced. And this will be over and above the existing tariff on various automakers from various countries in the world. And that will definitely shoot up the prices. Apart from that, what I was just reading through the expert opinions, and I'll just quote this for you, that according to the Center for Automotive Research, tariffs on both automobile and metal imports could drive up car prices by thousands of dollars and potentially impacting consumer demand. See, it is about, demand and supply. If the prices go up, it will be difficult for people to buy it. And with 25% of, extra tariff on cars, especially cars like Nissan, cars like Morris Garages, or for that matter, cars like Kia, which are quite popular in United States among the young, automobile drivers or college goers, that will be impacted given that these cars are not manufactured in United States. And that is the reason that the experts believe that this will further drive the cost and it will drain the demand in United States.
Being said, as Rishabh continues to be with us, the new tariffs that apply to foreign-made cars and light trucks as well, and also saying that they come in addition to the duties that are already in place. Now, with these new tariffs that have now been imposed, this is the opposition that is now coming in from Canada's side. International leaders, including the Canadian Prime Minister and the European Commission President, have criticized the new tariffs, suggesting a potential escalation into a global trade war. As Trump also proposed a tax intensive when it comes to American-made vehicles and allowing buyers to deduct auto loan interest from federal taxes. And here is the Canadian Prime Minister saying that this is a very direct attack towards them.
Lana and I were just having a meeting, a pre-scheduled meeting, to discuss the situation in our economy, how we can work together across a range of industries, forestry, aerospace, automobiles, and beyond. During the course of that meeting, President Trump announced 25% tariffs against our auto industry. And this is a direct attack, to be clear, a direct attack on the very workers that I stood in front of, uniform workers I stood in front of this morning at the Ambassador Bridge, a bridge that is a symbol and a reality up until now of the tight ties between our two countries, ties of kinship, ties of commerce, ties that are in the process of being broken.
Well, here is the Canadian Prime Minister Rishabh calling it as a direct attack. EU also saying that tariffs and taxes are bad for businesses. They are bad even for the consumers, equally in the US and also in the European Union.
Well, definitely. If we talk about, be it Canada, be it European Union, these are the major trading partners of the United States. And with these additional tariffs on automobile, it is going to be difficult for both these parts, especially European Union for that matter. I was just going through the market that has reacted to this announcement. And what we are seeing is, shares of General Motors have slumped by 8% in the aftermarket trading after this announcement. Shares of Toyota, Maruti, Hyundai and Honda for that matter. These are the major car manufacturers who sell cars in the United States. Their shares have gone down by 3%. Shares of Tesla, which makes all these cars in the United States, has also gone down by 1%. So the market hasn't taken this tariff addition to the foreign-made automobile in the United States. 25% over and above tariff to the existing duties and tariff has not been taken well by the market. We are seeing a downfall in the share prices of major automobile makers: Ford, Tesla, Honda, Hyundai, Toyota. All these companies have seen drop in their share prices and by far from 1% to 8%, and that showcases that how market has seen this
but
statement
these
coming
fluctuations, Rishabh, how does one explain them? Because Donald Trump, ever since he's taken over office, he's been signaling his plans to impose heavy tariffs on foreign trading partners, reciprocal tariffs, that's what he's been calling it. But it is quite unpredictable, and there is a lot of frequent shifting policy rollouts as well that has stirred a turmoil, as you were talking about, in the stock market itself.
Well, Amita, I'll take 1 minute to explain this. What is United States and White House doing right now? White House representatives are, as we are talking, discussing, negotiating in various parts of the world. Such statements coming in from Washington is, as experts suggest, is more of a pressure tactic. Remember, for example, India is right now negotiating with United States. The U.S. trade representatives are here in New Delhi, and the trade talks are on. The first day yesterday got over. The second day begins in 2 hours from now for the negotiations. And then we hear that DNI report where India has for the first time been put with China for drug trafficking raw materials. Okay. For that matter, there is an auto tariff that has been announced suddenly by White House. There are there was a 25% tariff on Canada, China,
so the frequently shifting policy that has stirred a turmoil in the stock market. It has also left several business leaders across the globe uncertain about how to plan for the future. Now, this is as